A $268,000 Bitcoin. Do you like the sound of that number? I like it. Where does that number come from? Well, what I did was I was very curious and I wanted to go through each Bitcoin halvening right here. And I wanted to know if I buy on the Bitcoin halvening and I hold for 4 years, what is my growth rate? What price do I land at? Okay. And I wanted to be accompanied with some angel music while I computed that. So the first data point, friends, is 2012. Bitcoin was $12. And then if you held for 4 years, it grew to $600, right? Dollars. Look at that. And you got 165% per year, man. That's huge. That's huge. You're getting 2.6x times 2.6 times 2. That's beautiful for 4 years. And then in the next 4 years, look what happened. You went to $600 and you grew to about 8 or 9,000. Okay, so your growth rate was 96%. And then the next one was 67%. Now we are basically starting at $70,000. All right, now that's where we are today. So I have the numbers here drawn out here. You can see that they drop, right? 165 down to 96, down to 67. Now these numbers are absolutely huge. They are debasing money. You need to beat the stock market. If you're in crypto, you got to beat it by, I mean, it's 8% per year. That's stocks. Since 2011, though, the NASDAQ has been phenomenal. The NASDAQ has grown at 17% per year or something, like something ridiculous. So Bitcoin, the gap is closing between Bitcoin and the NASDAQ over time, but the growth rate is still there. Like it's you have to basically be long. You have to be long crypto. All right, I mean the altcoins are even higher than these numbers. So what I did was I've got the $70,000 number here, and I wanted to know, okay, if I just throw it down to 40%, okay, it's obviously not going to grow at the same rate. What price do we get? And the number is still phenomenal, man. You get, by March 2028, you have a $268,000 Bitcoin. Now, 2028 is not 2025. And if you look at the chart, you're probably thinking, well, 2028, that's like all the way here. Yeah, but we're looking for Euphoria, right? So what crypto usually does is, goes up, hits the target, has the bear, and then by the next halvening comes back up here. Okay, now that's what's pretty much happening. So, but we don't know, right, how much this Euphoria will be. I mean, you don't know. It is possible that we only go to 100, we stall out, and then in 2028 we're up. It is possible, unlikely, but possible. Okay, so we're here for the Euphoria. That's what we're here for. Altcoins, there's just too much excitement that happens once these things start happening, because the trade to take for these is a no-brainer. The borrow in a currency depreciating and then buy this, which is very, very limited. So do you like the sound of that number? Okay, so that is what happens if you grow at 40%. But I was also curious, right? If you grew at 30%, okay, if you grew at 30% per year, not 40, you get $200,000. All right. So I was really conservative there. Like we just chopped it down all the way to 30. You're still 200K Bitcoin, man. That's big, man. You still got, that's big, friends. Like your Ethereum is 10,000 minimum. That's an ETH BTC of 0.05, which is dog poop. You get to see Ethereum 20,000. Man, that would be absolutely crank a wild. Like I don't even want to talk about all the other altcoins. And if you also want to compute these, what world do we have if we have Bitcoin at just say 200K? What world do we have? We have that's a $4 trillion Bitcoin. And if Bitcoin, you can go into the Bitcoin dominance, right? You can actually go and check it out, which I'll do right now. You can basically say, well, if Bitcoin's dominance is around 30 to 40% of the industry at the time, and you just don't know, right? You just don't know. But if it's around somewhere here, okay, let's say it's even 40%, then the total crypto industry is around 10 trillion. Could be 12, could be down to 8, somewhere in the vicinity of that. We all win. And not just by a little, by a lot. Like mega win. Because you have an industry that grows 5x from here. I mean, like, which is this, it's no brainer, man. I mean, that is, you have 100 billion market cap PulseChain, for example. You smashed it. You got a minimum 30x from today. Minimum 30x from today. What if it goes euphoric and it could be 90x or 100x? That's Pulse, man. That's just the speed Pulse. right? So, I mean, Hex could have done a 2 or 3 multiplier on that. So could have Inc. I don't know. You don't even want to know what PDI gets. Like, PDI fans, yeah, PDI can get to 20, 30, 40, 50 cents. It doesn't even have to get to $1. The numbers are still ridiculous. Pico on PulseChain, Digwibot, they hit hundreds of millions of market cap in this world, right? But, like, no financial advice. You don't have any guarantees. What if the product market fit changes? And you just don't know, okay? But these are all within the realms of possibilities. And all of that is only possible due to Pulse, the SPI rising. And, of course, it's because Ethereum is rising. What do you think of those numbers? And, yeah, like I said, it is possible. I hate to say it, but just it is possible. Like, the Euphoria we're expecting next year, it doesn't have to happen. You know, these numbers are 2028 numbers. The halvening will be March 2028. I like the sound of that, though. Just keep holding and believing. So just the worst case, man. Worst case, there's no Euphoria next year. Worst case is it's poop and it's underwhelming and you have something like this. That's worst case, friends. Worst case, okay. This isn't even worst case. We just keep trottling up. It's very hard for thin markets with a lot of people with megaphones yelling on a pirate island, onboarding celebrities, making cults, spamming memes to the world. It's very hard for that ball of energy to fizzle out and not do anything. It's so hard. Just think about it. The liquidity is so freaking thin, man. It is, but it is possible. I just want to prepare you, okay? Because, like, our trajectory is pretty good. Our trajectory over time is going up. Remember, this is others. This is outside top 10, but the whole industry, it's going up. Man, I'm just rubbing my hands because this is the generational wealth. But, you know, I was doing some reflecting and I just thought, well, I'm so excited. I'm like, oh, wow, it's going to happen for everyone. And then I realized, oh, this is what the 1990 tech guys got. You know, but I just wanted to temper expectations because I don't want to feel like this is some sort of magical unicorn ticket and like you're not entitled to it. No. It's a new tech wave. That's it. It's a new internet. Everyone got like you want to see what the internet guys got? Let me show you what the internet guys got, friends, because this thing's gonna blow your freaking mind. Okay, I'm gonna show you. We can play around it. If you just look at Microsoft, all right, you're gonna look at Microsoft. You won't even believe what this thing. You don't even want to know what this thing did. This thing ran up from 1980s. This ran up for I'm not even going to say it. It ran up for 15 years in a straight line. Do you want to know what its biggest retracement was? It did a 50% drop here. Up here was 20%. What's here? 23%. So for 15 years, its biggest drop was 23%. Can you believe that? It did a 600 and something X run, man. This is absolutely insane. 600X run. This is, and there's many others as well. So that was something, man. So yeah, crypto, you got to have these minus 95% wipeouts. Back then, the companies, right? It's not so easy to mint and make a new company. With crypto, the hurdle rate's lower. But also, it's pretty good. So you pay the price. In crypto, it's different, right? Because you pay a price. It's easier to supply the market with tokens faster than the rate in the tech boom, where it was easier to supply with tech stocks. However, crypto is magical. You and I can affect change. We can. So no matter how much you yelled or screamed about Microsoft, the meme of stocks and equities and earnings, you can't actually change it. You can't change your valuation. But in crypto, you can. You meme harder. You use AI. You go on TikTok. You make Instagram posts, Twitter Roonies, of course, Telegram, making groups, putting more GIFs, more stickers. You get Mr. Woofy's AI images. You get Hex Jam Hex and all these other people, my friend Somi and everyone else, and the Mystical Squirrels, all these arts and stuff. You're spamming it out there to the world. The community gets bigger. It organically grows like that. That's the magic about it. So it's a great equalizer, but you know there's a cost and benefit to that. We know about the cost, right? You got pump fund extreme garbage over here on one end, but on the other hand, man, like we have things that can float around. Peaker on PulseChain, right? Once it was $10,000 market cap, rugged at 50K. 4 million, 5 million. Let's go. Let's see how far these things can grow, man. Because you just know from Metcalfe's law, they're not balance sheet equilibriums when you're looking at market caps. It's just Metcalfe's law. It's basically how big is a community. That's it. It's exciting times, isn't it? Do you think we're going to get that 200K? What do you think is going to happen? Let me know. Love you all.